staff and the members of the public to our June 16, 2026 Administrative and Regulatory Committee meeting. My name is Linda Kroom, and I am Chair of the Administrative and Regulatory Committee. Joining me today is my fellow Commissioner, Paul Weech. Isola is out today. The first item on the agenda will be for us to approve the minutes from May 19th, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes, please?
So moved.
I second. And all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. We will now move to our next item on the agenda and to discuss an action item. It's an action item. Submission of the HOC fiscal year 2026 Section 8 Management Assessment Program certification. I would like to introduce President Andrews to provide an overview of this item.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee, the HOC team, and members of the public. Really proud to present the FY26 CMAP certification that will be presented by our Vice President of Compliance, Darcel Cox, as well as supported with our program lead here, Lynn Hayes, Vice President of Housing Resources. Commissioners, I will just say that this work, this presentation is a reflection of the hard work of our two departments that are highlighted here. The Housing Resources Division has done a tremendous job of really focusing in on opportunities for improvement, training, and has been supported very closely with guidance from compliance, who has done QCs and provided support in ensuring that this year we had a successful outcome. We have had the year-over-year benefit of being a high performer. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that designation. Of course, the work we do is led by many humans who are, of course, employees of HOC, but human error is inevitable. And so as we continue to work hard on opportunities for process improvement, streamlining, as we move forward with HOTMA and all of the requirements that we must follow, there is that human element that requires the constant support of the leaders. And so I just want to thank both Lynn and Darcel for a job well done this year, and turn it over to Darcel to provide this presentation. And of course, Lynn Hayes is here to support with any questions that might arise.
Thank you, President Andrews. For the record, I am Darcel Cox, Vice President of Compliance, and I'm here to present HOC's CMAP certification for fiscal year 26, which runs through for a period of July 2025 through June of 2026. So CMAP is an attestation of how well the PHA manages and administers the Housing Choice Voucher Program. I already went over what period this covers. Next slide. So the certification must be submitted to HUD within 60 days after the end of the given fiscal year. So the submission will need to be submitted before or by August 29th. The data is compiled using the HUD designated form, and it is submitted electronically through HUD's PIC system. Next slide. There are 14 standard indicators and 1 bonus indicator. Next slide. So 4 of the indicators are related on internal quality control reviews. So this is based on random selections and that the compliance team reviews. There's an interactive process between the divisions. We meet and agree, or sometimes disagree, on the final outcomes, but we get there. Next slide. Oh, sorry, before you move on, can you go back? I'm sorry. So the Inspire Quality Control Indicator, this is based on a review of from supervisors from our selected company who completes our inspections, Gilson. So they go out and do a quality control review of random units to make sure that their teams are conducting those inspections and producing the correct outcomes. Next slide. So 5 of the indicators are based on an internal review. So first we have the utility allowances. So HOC uses a vendor to calculate utility allowances in accordance with HUD's regulations on an annual basis. Expanding housing opportunities. This is a combination of the admin plan, the payment standard determinations, voucher briefing materials, and landlord briefing materials. The next one is payment standards. HOC conducts a financial analysis to determine the best payment standard level to maximize benefits to the customers. Lisa, the Housing Resources Division financial analyst, tracks this information, voucher utilization and budget authority, and they submit this information to compliance for this submission. And then we have our bonus D concentration indicator. HOC compiles poverty rate data for Montgomery County, and this is what we use to decide if we're going to self-certify that we meet the needs for this particular indicator. Next slide. So although there is, did you skip a slide? Can you go back one slide, please? Okay, so we have this. Sorry, you can, next slide. So although there is a separate approval process for indicator 8, which is the payment standards, HOC is required to submit this information with the CMAP submission. The commission approved the payment standards in November of 2025. Next slide. There are 3 possible ratings, and I am proud to inform you that HOC is certifying that they are a high performer. This is exciting because over the past 2 years, although HUD has certified HOC as a high performer, internally we did not self-certify that we were a high performer. So I'm super excited on all the work that we've done. HRD and compliance, we worked together, we came together, and we did much better this year. So next slide. So this slide outlines the standard 14 indicators and then the bonus indicator deconcentration. And again, this is really exciting to me because for rent reasonableness and determination of adjusted income, HOC received the maximum points, where last year's self-certification we did not, and the year prior to that we did not. So we really came together this year as a team, worked together, like President Andrews said, training, really paying attention to the details and just making sure that we met this goal to have a better outcome this year. So in all other indicators, with the exception of Inspire enforcement, we rated ourselves at the maximum possible point value. Next slide. So HOC is certifying total points of 140. This is a score of 96%. This is an increase of 6% since the fiscal year 2025 submission. Next slide. So I do want to highlight here that even though we did not receive points for the Inspire enforcement, overall, we have improved in this section. The compliance team conducted 235 QCs, and all but 2 were satisfactory. So in order for you to receive any points for this indicator, you cannot have any 24-hour issues. So unfortunately, we identified 2 along the way. HRD confirmed this information, and we were not able to score ourselves in this section. So the corrective action is that Gilson, our housing partners, they have developed and will implement an automated alert system that generates immediate notifications when an inspector cites a 24-hour emergency deficiency. So this should help in real time. And hopefully next year, we will be able to receive 10 points in this section. There'll be continued oversight throughout the year. Next slide. So will the Administrative and Regulatory Committee join staff's recommendation to the Commission to submit HOC's fiscal year 2026 CMAP certification to HUD as a high performer receiving a score of 96%? This concludes my presentation, and I will take any questions at this time.
Commissioner, Weech, do you have any questions?
Yes, Madam Chair, just a couple quick ones. First, I need to say congratulations to Darcel and her team and Lynn and her team for the 96% certification score. Fabulous work to everyone. Couple of quick questions, Darcel. The first one is on the 24-hour issues, was it, how do I say this? Was it kind of de minimis if they didn't get done in 24 hours, but got done in 25? Or was it something that, and it sounds like all we need is Gilson to tell us sooner that we need to take action by the results. Can you give me just a little more color on how easy that problem is to fix?
Of course. So I'm going to defer to Lynn Hayes since she oversees it. She
Sure.
loves when
Right.
I say that. So thank you for the question.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Weech and the public. I'm Lynn Hayes, Vice President of the Housing Resources. So in this instance, it was actually a case of human error where the inspector did not notify. Gilson has a back office that then sends the notifications out. What we have concluded is that we'd like definitely a quicker, immediate response. So they are working to update the inspector's iPad. So immediately when the inspectors are in the field, that message can go out instantaneously to both the back office and the landlord. So the goal is to have this in place by July 1st.
Fantastic.
We're working on that right now. Yes.
Yeah. And then I don't know whether Lynn or Darcel is this, it's probably Darcel more in your camp, but as I was reading through the HUD forms and where we're self-certifying, I was thinking, I was interested in knowing more about the process of certification after you do your reviews or the different teams do their reviews of the numbers. How is that? Is that organized and then sent to senior leadership for approval? Who gets to sign off on the work? And then what is the form in which that work is kept in case, I don't know, HUD came in and wanted to check our work?
So we compile the information that we use as backup data. We are not required to submit that information to HUD,
Right.
but it is on hand if we have to produce that information. But I guess I would say I'm the final decision maker here. We come together, Lynn and I work together along with our teams, and we compile the information and then submit it to Chelsea for final review of the presentation before we present it through committee or commission.
Yeah. So if I were to walk in and say, I'd like to see how come we scored ourselves as certifying on number 3, you would have a folder that you pull out and you say, Paul,
Absolutely.
here's the information.
Absolutely.
Yep. Great.
Yes.
That's terrific. Great job, everybody. Thank you for this. I don't have any other questions, Madam Chair.
Okay, I have one or two. Could we go back to the can we go back to the page that showed where we got all the points? That's what I have a question on. Where we got where they came up with the points 90 versus, and we made 96, but last year we made 90. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it? This is, I wanted to say, by the way, this is good, Darcel, and then this is very good. Cause we, looked like we came up on one of them that I looked at. The only one, was Inspire, and that's the only one we didn't get anything for, but we did go up. It was one that I saw.
We
Oh,
had
yeah,
two.
it was, determination of adjusted income.
Mhm. And
We
rent
went up 5
reasonableness.
points on that.
Mhm.
And that's a good thing. I like to see that. And also, the
Rent reasonableness.
rent reasonable. Yes, yes. Um, this is excellent. And I know our other fellow commissioners want to see this. So I definitely hope you show this to them because they'll want to see this because 96% from 90% last year. I think y'all did a fantastic job. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You got some good news on our side this time. So we can
Yes,
go
thank
back
you.
and tell,
Thank you.
you know, I
appreciate it.
appreciate it. If there's no more questions, guys, Commissioner Weech, no more questions?
No more questions. I move that we accept the recommendation to forward this on to the full commission.
And I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank
I don't
you.
see
Thank you.
Great
anything
job.
else on the agenda. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjourn our meeting at 4:24. Is that
Sounds
correct?
good. Yes, thank you.